Good afternoon, everyone. Obviously, we want to get a win. It would cement our place in the second round, and then the last group game would obviously determine who goes top. But I've seen the matches over the last couple of days. There's no easy game. And we've played Tanzania before, but that game's out of the window. It means nothing. So we also know that they need to win to stay in the competition. So we need to make sure that, again, we don't concede, because we are going to create opportunities and then take those opportunities, and we need to be a lot more in the attacking third when we are there to take the chances, because we had a couple of chances against Ghana that could have sealed the game, and then they hit the crossbar after that, so we could have been way out of distance. So we got to make sure that we do that, because yes, defenses win you matches, but goals also win you matches. So we got to make sure of that. But we do know that probably the captain Opa and Luvenga will come into the matchday squad, and they will bring a different dimension to their team. Opa's a top-class striker, and we've seen what Clara can do. So we have to be aware of that as well. We are aware of everything that they have to offer, but we just have to execute our plan and make sure that our plan comes to the fore, because that is the most important thing. Yes, we analyze like they're going to analyze us, but we also concentrate a lot more on what we need to do to make sure that we get those things right.
Thank you.
She probably played in the game, first game, the few chances that they had, she would probably have finished those chances. That's what I'm talking about. She brings them a different dimension with the way she holds up the ball and the movement off the ball. And we got to be aware of that. Clara brings a lot of pace and very directness as well. So we are aware of that, and we have to be a little bit more defensively organized. It was our first game. First games are always tough games. There's a lot of things that sometimes don't go right, because everybody wants to win that first game. So there's still a lot of room for improvement, but we're happy that we kept a clean sheet. That's a good start. So defensively, we have to really be aware of the movement, of the speed, of the pace, of the space behind, etc. But we can also hurt other teams with what we have to offer. So we're not going to sit back and defend, because we're also looking for that 3 points, the same as they are looking for their 3 points, to make sure that we get a point possibly from the last game to top the group.
Des, what's it going to be like to play against people who are similar size as your team?
Well, we've played teams like that before, but we know they still have the physicality in their squad, especially in their defensive side. Opa's a big girl, Clara's also quite tall, and a few other players, but we're quite used to that, right, level. We're used to that, playing against teams that are physically stronger than us, but we got to stick to our strength. We got to stick to our strength with the way we move the ball around, the way with our movement off the ball, with the pace that we have, and with our organization. We've got to stick to what we are good at, because physically, many teams we play against, we can't match them. You look, when we played against England, they were physically stronger than us, but the way we moved the ball around, the way we got behind them, I think the 2-1 loss was probably not the true reflection. So we have to stick to what we're good at, because we're not going to change for anything. That is our strength, that is our DNA, and that is what we're good at.
To the player level tomorrow against Tanzania.
To be honest, it's going to be a tough one. I know we've played them before, and now in this competition, what they need, it's a win to keep them in the run to get out of the group stage. And I think as a team, we just need to stick to our game plan and make sure we do our best, because it's going to be challenging. And also, I know Tanzania. I think half of the team I've played against in Mamelodi Sundowns in the Champions League. So it's going to be a tough one, because to be honest, we know each other. So it's like we are friends, but not friends. But then, it's gonna be a tough one. But it's just a matter of staying focused and doing what we do best.
That you put in, it's plain and simple. They had the youth team go to the World Cup. That experience that you get even at a youth level is so much. You get experience at Champions League. You get experience playing at WAFCON, and they've got the experience and the 5 games that they played at Sakafa, so that has really, really helped them. That has helped them to gel better. That has helped them to get the synergy amongst their players, because sometimes you come into camp for a week and you cannot fix everything, and you can see the connection sometimes is not there. So they've had that benefit. But it's just not Tanzania that has grown. I think football on the continent has grown. If you look at the players that are going to clubs, they're no longer going to, with all due respect, to Albania or Kazakhstan or so. They're going to top clubs. It shows how football on the African continent has improved, and it's getting better and better. If you look at some of the games, it's end-to-end stuff. You're not sure who's going to win on the day. Teams are coming from behind. Teams are not giving up. It shows how important this competition has become. It also shows that, you know, some of the players that are now playing abroad, the experience that they're bringing back to their teams, you can see it. We've seen it with our players coming back, the experience that they've brought to the team. And they've had a couple of players. I know one of their players played with Hilda, played with Sino, you know, at Maslatan, I know. And she scored a lot of goals for them there. And I know of Opa playing at Juarez, where Jermaine used to be. So we know of their players, and that has helped them grow as a group. So you cannot underestimate anyone. I think the days of going into a match where you rank number 2 and the other team is ranked number 100, it doesn't mean anything anymore. You underestimate the team at your own peril, because you could go behind early and then you're chasing the game and then things don't go your way, and before you know it, it's the 80th minute and you're still behind. So you underestimate the team at your own peril. You go step onto that field and you're saying it's 11v11, let's take our chances, let's be focused, let's be organized at the back and get the result that we want. But you're playing against an opponent that has analyzed you as well, and people forget that. And sometimes when a goal gets scored, people are saying, oh, what a silly goal, but they've analyzed, they've found an opening there. You're not playing against someone who's just stepped onto the field. You look at last night, you look at PSG and Real Madrid, you look at that game, who would have thought that it would have turned out like that? It was probably one-way traffic, and that is the Real Madrid. But that's how football has changed. You can't just step onto the field and think you're a big name, you're a defending champion, and everybody's just going to give way to you. You've got to earn that right, and you've got to step up there and do the job to get the result. So if teams think we are coming here because we're defending champions, we're coming here because we are a contender like every other team that's here, every other country that's here, that has that ambition of winning the WAFCON. We also have that ambition. Yes, we're the defending champions, but we have that ambition of winning WAFCON as well, like every other country. So we are contender as much as they are contender, and everybody keeps talking about defending champions, but for us, we are contender. We are contender. It would be great, because Nigeria is the only country that done this, done back to back to back to back to back. So it would be fantastic for the team as well, over the years, what they've done, to be able to get over that last hurdle to do that. But knowing that we've gotten over that hurdle, I think that helps us a lot.
Coach, there were some heavy legs towards the end of last game against Ghana, and Lebo will attest to that, and maybe she can answer as well. How much of a difference will it make playing at 8 in the evening?
Brings in a new player, maybe, let's say, for example, Figile, because she's playing at the right back. I've played the right back position for a long time. So I think it's just a matter of me as a senior, I need to have a conversation with her, talk to her, or even her, if she doesn't understand anything, something that coach is saying, she can come back to me and talk to me and ask, where can I improve? And then I'll tell her what to do, what not to do, and all those things. Because like, we're not going to be in this setup forever. So we just need to at least pass in the little experience that we have to the young ones coming up. Because we can't just always say the young ones. They need to like grow also, so that like they can do better in the field of play. Like when we're talking about Ronelle, yeah, I saw even yesterday she was doing some shots with Jermaine. You can see that like she wants to learn more. And also with Fix, she was trying to do those crosses and everything. So we just have to be there and guide them to make sure they become better.
There's just a word on Regina, if you don't mind. She's was out for so long, and I just wonder what changed in her game that made you bring her back, and how do you analyze the 20 minutes she had the other day?
We never forget about players. I can go back even further to Pusisiwe and Ndameni. She was with Coach Vera. Coach Vera left. She had a huge injury, ACL, and before the WAFCON in 2018. One of the players withdrew on the day we were coming to the preparation camp, and Coach Helene had flown up, and there was this one game, Super Falcons and TUT, and she was playing. And I've been to matches the whole season. And we were looking for a very creative player, you know, to complement Linda at the time, Linda coming through as well. And we went to this game and she did everything that I wanted from a player in that position. Called up, went to WAFCON, went to the World Cup. So we never forget about players. I think Regina's had a very, very good season so far at JBW. She's probably one of the reasons that has allowed them to be so expansive further up, because they also play in a three at the back system. So she's been key in holding that together from behind. You know, at Mamelodi Sundowns she had different roles, so we probably didn't see the best of her there with her different roles. And like I said, we never forget. And the quality that she brings, I think it's helped us. It's helped us to be able to use her in the way we want to play. So when players are out there, I say, we never forget about you. You select yourself by what you do. When you come into camp, we want to see that same thing, but on a higher level. We don't want to see anything different, because that's why we selected you. And I think she's shown that quality, you know, the calmness she brings as well. I think she's also has been out of the team since 2018, 2019, but the experience that she also has, been to Champions League with Mamelodi Sundowns as well, so that all rubs off as well. Always laughing, always smiling, you know, so add that a little bit to the dynamics of the team as well. But on the field, I think the calmness that she brings, the quality that she brings off the ball and on the ball in that position has really, really helped us. Because when we looked at the last WAFCON, the way we did that, after the first game, every game we looked at resting some players, making sure that, you know, when you get to the latter stages, that you have a fresher group of players, and her being able to play in that position has also helped us a lot, you know. So we never forget. The players just have to be consistent and they have to keep working, and hopefully they'll get a call up, because we never forget about them.